Okay, I want you to think about this morning.
Just this morning, nothing dramatic.
What was the very first thing you did when you woke up?
Before getting up, before breakfast, before anything.
Be honest now.
Because I have a feeling I already know the answer.
You picked up your phone, didn't you?
You didn't even hesitate. You just grabbed it.
Maybe you checked your messages. Maybe you opened Instagram.
Maybe you spent 17 minutes watching videos about cooking.
And you still haven't cooked a single one of those recipes.
The recipe saves, the great graveyard of good intentions.
Thousands of saved recipes, 0 new meals.
We all have them. Don't pretend you don't.
But here is the interesting thing about that phone moment.
It was a habit. You didn't decide to do it.
You just did it, automatically, without thinking.
Like your hand and your phone have their own private agreement.
A secret deal made while you were still asleep.
And that is actually what habits are.
Things we do regularly, often without even noticing.
Good ones, bad ones, and the ones that are somewhere in the middle.
Like checking your phone 17 times before breakfast.
17 is a very specific number, Amelia.
I counted once. It was not pretty.
So, habits. We all have them. Lots of them.
And today, we are going to help you describe your habits in English.
Excited, confidently, with real phrases that real people actually use.
Not textbook phrases, not robotic phrases.
Real ones. The ones that make someone think, wow, their English sounds so natural.
Because after today, it will.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent Life English.
Your favorite place to learn real English for real life.
I'm Liam.
And I'm Amelia. We are so glad you chose to spend this time with us today.
Today's episode is B1 to B2 level.
If you are B1, perfect. You are in exactly the right place.
If you are B2, you will find some really great natural phrases today.
And if you are A2, welcome. Stay with us.
Some parts will challenge you a little, but that challenge is growth.
And we always explain new words clearly. Always.
Okay, before we start, one small favor.
If you enjoy learning with us, like this episode and subscribe to Fluent Life English.
It helps more learners find us, and it genuinely means a lot to us.
And today's comment question is this. Very simple, one sentence only.
What is one daily habit you have, good or bad?
For example, my habit is drinking 2 coffees every morning before I can speak to anyone.
Very relatable, very real.
Or my bad habit is checking my phone before I even get out of bed.
There it is again, the phone, the eternal phone.
It always comes back to the phone.
Write your habit in the comments. One sentence is already great English practice.
Let's start with something important. Why do we even talk about habits in English?
Because it comes up all the time in real conversations.
A new classmate asks, "What do you usually do in the mornings?"
A job interviewer asks, how do you typically structure your day?
A new friend asks, "Are you a morning person or a night person?"
A language exchange partner asks, what do you do to practice English every day?
All of these questions, they're asking about your habits.
And if you don't have the language ready, that frozen feeling comes back.
The loading screen, the brain buffering.
We know that feeling well on this podcast.
But today, we are loading the right software into your brain.
Fluent Life English, the best language update available.
Free of charge. No subscription needed, unlike some other apps.
We will not name names, but you know who you are.
Okay, let's start with the most basic and most useful group of words.
Frequency adverbs. These are words that tell you how often something happens.
Think of them like a scale, from 0% to 100%.
0%, never. 100%, always.
And everything in between has a word.
Always. Usually. Often. Sometimes. Rarely. Never.
These 6 words are absolutely essential for talking about habits.
Let's go through them with real example sentences.
Always, 100% of the time, every single time, no exceptions.
For example, I always drink water first thing in the morning.
Or, I always check my calendar before I start work.
Usually. Most of the time. Not always, but very regularly.
For example, I usually wake up at 7 on weekdays.
Or, I usually cook at home, but sometimes I order food.
Often, frequently. More than sometimes, less than usually.
For example, I often go for a walk after dinner.
Or, I often listen to podcasts while I commute.
Like this one, hopefully.
Very smooth, Liam. Very smooth.
Thank you. I practice.
Sometimes. Not regularly, but it happens occasionally.
For example, I sometimes work from a cafe when I need a change of scene.
Or I sometimes skip breakfast if I'm in a rush.
Rarely. Almost never. It happens, but not very much at all.
For example, I rarely watch TV in the evenings anymore.
Or I rarely eat fast food, maybe once a month.
Never. 0%. This does not happen.
For example, I never skip my morning coffee. That is sacred.
Sacred. I respect that boundary deeply.
The coffee boundary must be respected by all.
Now, where do these words go in a sentence?
Great question, and a very common confusion for learners.
The rule is simple. They go before the main verb.
I always drink coffee. Always comes before drink.
She rarely eats breakfast. Rarely comes before eats.
But they go after the verb to be. He is always tired on Mondays. Always comes after is. She is never late. Never comes after is.
Don't worry if this feels a bit tricky at first.
Just start using the words. The position will feel natural very quickly.
I remember when I was learning French, frequency words confused me so much.
Really? Even you?
Even me. I kept putting them in the wrong place.
What helped you?
Honestly, just speaking. Making mistakes, saying it wrong a few times.
And then suddenly, it clicked.
One day it just felt obvious. And it will for you too.
That is the truth about language learning. You have to go through the messy part.
But the messy part is actually where the learning lives.
Beautiful. Put that on a mug.
Fluent Life English mugs, coming soon.
We are absolutely not doing that, but it was a nice thought.
Okay, Section 2. The phrases that make your English sound truly natural.
Because knowing frequency words is great. That is your foundation.
But real conversations need more than I always and I never.
Real conversations need texture, personality, life.
Think about how you describe habits to a friend in your own language.
You don't say, I frequently engage in physical exercise in the morning hours.
Nobody says that ever.
If someone says that to you, run.
Run immediately, very fast.
You say something like, I try to go for a run most mornings.
Or, I've got into the habit of meditating before bed.
Natural, warm, real.
So let's give you those natural phrases now, group by group.
First group, phrases for habits you do regularly and proudly.
These are your good habits, the ones you actually want to talk about.
First phrase, I make it a point to.
This means I deliberately choose to do this. It's important to me.
For example, I make it a point to read for 20 minutes before bed.
Or, I make it a point to drink enough water throughout the day.
Next, I've got into the habit of.
This means I started doing this regularly at some point and now I keep doing it.
For example, I've got into the habit of journaling every morning.
Or, I've got into the habit of meal prepping on Sundays.
Next, I try to most days.
Try to is very important here. It sounds honest, not perfect, just consistent effort.
For example, I try to exercise most days, even if it's just a short walk.
Or, I try to cook at home most evenings rather than ordering in.
Try to makes you sound real, not like a robot with perfect habits.
Nobody has perfect habits. Try to is honest and relatable.
And people connect with honesty so much more than perfection.
Absolutely. Nobody trusts someone who says they never fail at their habits.
I always wake up at 5 a.m., exercise for 2 hours, and feel amazing.
Sure you do. Completely believable.
Second group, phrases for habits you struggle with or want to change.
Because not all habits are good ones, and talking about that is equally important.
First phrase, I have a tendency to.
This means I often do this, usually without planning to.
For example, I have a tendency to leave things to the last minute.
Or I have a tendency to overcheck my phone when I'm stressed.
I have a tendency to overcheck my phone. Always. Not just when stressed.
At least you know yourself, Amelia.
Self-awareness is the first step.
Next, I keep meaning to, but
Oh, this phrase, so universal.
keep meaning to means I intend to do this, but I keep not doing it.
For example, I keep meaning to start exercising in the mornings, but I never seem to manage it.
Or I keep meaning to reply to that email, but I forget every single day.
That email has been sitting there for 2 weeks.
We all have that email.
Everyone listening right now thought of a specific email just then. I know it.
It's okay. We're not judging. We have the same email.
Next phrase, I'm trying to cut down on.
Cut down on means reduce the amount of something you do or consume.
For example, I'm trying to cut down on caffeine, so I switch to 1 coffee a day.
1 coffee a day. That sounds like a punishment.
It felt like one at first.
How long did that last?
About 4 days.
4 days. A valiant effort.
It was. I am very proud of those 4 days.
Or I'm trying to cut down on screen time before bed.
A very common modern habit challenge. Millions of people will relate to that.
And the last phrase for this group, I've been trying to get better at.
This shows growth, effort, progress, all great things to communicate.
For example, I've been trying to get better at waking up earlier.
Or, I've been trying to get better at not checking my phone during meals.
What I love about these phrases is they show the journey.
Not the destination, the journey.
You're not perfect, you're working on it.
And that is actually more inspiring to hear than pretend perfection.
Because everyone is on the same journey, just at different points.
And that reminder, right there, is one of the best things about learning English.
When you find the words to describe your real life, your real struggles,
Suddenly, you feel less alone in them.
that was genuinely moving, Amelia.
Thank you. I have my moments.
Okay, section 3. This is where everything comes together.
Yes, this is the fun one.
So now you have your frequency words, you have your natural habit phrases,
And now we are going to put them into a full picture. Your daily routine.
because one of the most common conversations you will have in English is this.
So what does a typical day look like for you?
That question. In a job interview, in a language class, with a new friend.
Everywhere. It comes up everywhere.
And most learners answer with a simple list.
I wake up, I eat breakfast, I go to work, I come home, I sleep.
Technically correct. Absolutely zero personality.
It is the English equivalent of a receipt. Just facts, no story.
And conversations are not receipts.
Conversations are stories, even small ones.
So let's add color to your daily routine description.
First, time phrases that make your routine feel real and specific.
First thing in the morning. This means the very first moments after waking.
For example, first thing in the morning, I make a cup of tea before I do anything else.
As soon as I wake up. Immediately upon waking. No delay.
For example, as soon as I wake up, I open the window for fresh air.
Mid-morning. Around 10 or 11 o'clock.
For example, mid-morning, I usually take a short break and have a snack.
In the evenings. The general period after work or school.
For example, in the evenings, I like to wind down with something easy to watch.
Before bed. The routine right before sleeping.
For example, before bed, I always write 3 things I'm grateful for that day.
Oh, do you actually do that?
I do actually. Started about a year ago.
And does it help?
Genuinely, yes. Even on terrible days, finding 3 small things changes something.
I love that. That is a beautiful habit.
See? Habits are not all phone grabbing and skipped gym sessions.
Some of them are actually lovely.
Now, how to add personality to your routine description.
Use small details that paint a picture.
Don't just say, I drink coffee. Say, I always start my morning with a strong coffee. It's basically my engine start button.
The engine start button. Perfect description of coffee.
Don't just say, I exercise sometimes. Say, I try to go for a run a few times a week, though some weeks it's more like a walk.
More like a walk. Honest and charming.
Honesty is always charming in conversation.
Next, connecting your habits together in a sequence.
These are linking phrases. They make your routine sound like a real story.
After that, for the next thing in your sequence.
For example, I have breakfast. After that, I spend about 20 minutes reading the news.
Once I've done that, when one habit is finished, the next one begins.
For example, once I've finished my morning run, I always have a big glass of water.
By the time, to show what has happened before a certain moment.
For example, by the time I sit down at my desk, I've already had breakfast and a walk.
These linking phrases are what make the difference between a list and a story.
List. Wake up, eat, work, sleep.
Story. First thing I do is make tea. After that, I sit quietly for 10 minutes before the day starts.
Which one sounds more interesting?
Obviously the second one.
The second one sounds like a person, not a schedule.
And in English, sounding like a real person is always the goal.
Always. Not perfect, not formal, just real.
Now, let's put it all together with a full example.
I'll go first. Here is how I would describe my typical morning. I usually wake up around 7. First thing I do is make coffee. That is non-negotiable. After that, I try to spend about 15 minutes just sitting quietly without my phone. I've got into the habit of doing that over the past year, and it genuinely helps. By the time I sit down to work, I feel a lot more focused than I used to.
That sounds so natural and so real.
And it uses almost everything we talked about today.
Yes.
Usually, frequency word. First thing I do. Time phrase.
I try to. Honest habit phrase. I've got into the habit of. Habit development phrase.
By the time. Linking phrase.
All in one short description. Natural, easy, real.
Now my turn. My typical evening. In the evenings, I tend to cook something simple. I rarely do anything complicated after a long day. After dinner, I usually go for a short walk. It helps me wind down. Before bed, I try to read for at least 20 minutes. I keep meaning to do it more, but 20 is usually what happens. I've been trying to cut down on screen time at night. Some nights are better than others.
Some nights are better than others. The most relatable sentence in the English language.
We are all just doing our best.
And that is the message. You don't need a perfect routine to talk about it beautifully.
You just need honest phrases and the confidence to use them.
And now you have both.
Okay, let's slow it down for our word tour.
8 key phrases from today's episode.
Simple explanation, a real example, and a slow repeat.
Say them out loud with us. Seriously, it helps more than you think.
Ready? Let's go.
First phrase, I make it a point to.
This means you deliberately choose to do something because it matters to you.
Example, I make it a point to spend time away from screens every evening.
Repeat slowly. I make it a point to.
I make it a point to.
Second phrase, I've got into the habit of.
This means you started doing something regularly at some point and kept going.
Example, I've got into the habit of taking a walk every morning before work.
Repeat slowly. I've got into the habit of.
I've got into the habit of.
Third phrase, I have a tendency to.
This means you often do something, sometimes without even planning to.
Example, I have a tendency to stay up too late watching series.
Repeat slowly. I have a tendency to.
I have a tendency to.
Fourth phrase, I keep meaning to, but.
This means you intend to do something, but you keep not doing it.
Example, I keep meaning to start meditating, but I never find the right moment.
Repeat slowly. I keep meaning to, but.
I keep meaning to, but.
Fifth phrase, I'm trying to cut down on.
This means you are trying to reduce the amount of something in your life.
Example, I'm trying to cut down on sugary drinks during the week.
Repeat slowly. I'm trying to cut down on.
I'm trying to cut down on.
Sixth phrase, I try to, most days.
This means you make an effort consistently, but you allow for imperfection.
Example, I try to do some form of exercise most days, even if it's just stretching.
Repeat slowly. I try to, most days.
I try to, most days.
Seventh phrase, first thing in the morning.
This phrase means the very first action of your day, immediately after waking up.
Example, first thing in the morning, I always drink a full glass of water.
Repeat slowly. First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning.
Eighth and final phrase, I've been trying to get better at.
This shows growth and effort. You are working on improving a habit.
Example, I've been trying to get better at going to bed at a consistent time.
Repeat slowly. I've been trying to get better at.
I've been trying to get better at.
And those are your 8 phrases for today.
Learn 3. Use them once this week.
In a conversation, a voice message to a friend, a comment under this video.
Every single time you use a new phrase, it gets closer to feeling like yours.
And one day, very soon, it will feel completely natural.
Because it will be yours. That is how English grows, slowly and then suddenly.
Okay, let's bring today's episode to a close.
Here is your simple takeaway from today.
Your daily habits are part of your story.
And your story deserves to be told in English, naturally and confidently.
So this week, your one action is simple.
Pick one habit phrase from today.
Use it once, in a comment, a conversation, a voice note, a message.
Just once. That is all it takes to start.
And go to the comments right now.
Tell us, what is one daily habit you have, good or bad?
One sentence. We read every single one.
If today's episode helped you, please like it, subscribe to Fluent Life English,
And share it with one friend who is learning English right now.
This was Fluent Life English. I'm Amelia.
And I'm Liam. And remember,
Your habits shape your days.
and your days shape your life.
So make at least one of them talking to us in English.
We will never get tired of that habit.
Never. Bye, everyone.
See you in the next episode. Take care.